Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Virgil van Dijk made disappointed admission and blamed Liverpool teammate for result. Liverpool captain, Virgil van Dijk pointed the finger at one of his teammates following the Reds' failure to claim victory in their previous clash with Aston Villa. The club welcome Unai Emery's side to Anfield this weekend as Liverpool look to return to winning ways in the Premier League. Back in February, Mohamed Salah put Arne Slot's side ahead at Villa Park, though the hosts swiftly hit back with 2 goals from Yuri Tielemans and Ollie Watkins before the interval. Trent Alexander-Arnold dragged Liverpool back on level terms shortly past the hour mark, but substitute Darwin Núñez wasted the Reds' best opportunity to secure all 3 points. The forward was presented with a gilt-edged chance minutes after coming off the bench when Dominic Szoboszlai managed to get behind Villa's backline. Goalkeeper Emi Martinez focused on Szoboszlai, who slid the ball across the penalty area to leave Núñez with an open goal to aim at, but the striker sent his effort sailing over the bar from 6 yards out. Liverpool were forced to settle for a draw at the final whistle, stretching their advantage at the top to 8 points. However, Van Dijk believed the Reds had allowed an extra 2 points to escape their grasp, alluding to Núñez's glaring miss during his post-match interview. "We are a bit disappointed, but we fight. We had chances to win the game, took a bit of a risk at the end, so it got more open at times," Van Dijk said. "In possession, we did quite well, created good opportunities to score the second. Disappointing to concede from a set piece. We tried everything, and unfortunately it wasn't enough for 3 points. We should have scored 3-2, but credit to Aston Villa, they made it very difficult. We have a very tough one on the weekend again, then we play Newcastle. Our focus now will be on Man City. A very difficult game, we know that. We have done everything in our power to win games, and the focus will be that on Sunday." Liverpool manager Slot also expressed his disappointment with Núñez following the match, though his frustration focused on the striker's effort levels after his miss. The boss maintained he had no concerns with Núñez failing to score, but felt the forward had allowed the moment to impact his entire performance. "It is not the chance, but the 20 minutes afterwards that I will talk to Darwin about," Slot explained. "Yes, I will tell him that. He still has a major part to play as well. I will tell him that you can miss a chance, but you cannot miss out on work rate. That is the life of a striker. He will miss chances and score some. It is part of the job of a number 9 you miss when people expect you to score. It is not part of the job of a number 9 to slow down in work rate, and that is something we will talk about." He continued, "I can accept misses, but what is harder for me to accept is his behavior after the chance. It got too much in his head. He was not the usual Darwin who works his backside off and makes sure he helps the team. He was too disappointed he missed that. I always truly believe it is always best to have Wataru Endo mindset. For the whole season, he does not complain, keeps on going and keeps on going. Whenever we need him, he is ready. That is very difficult, and there are not many players that can do this." Núñez was given a more rotational role during his only campaign under Slot, making just 8 starts across 30 league appearances and netting 5 goals. The 26-year-old was sold to Al Hilal for an initial $46 million during the summer transfer window. Liverpool will be hoping to capitalize on their opportunities against Villa this time as the defending champions look to halt their 4-match losing streak in the Premier League. The Reds will face a challenging Villa side, who have won their last 4 league games following a sluggish start to the season. Ryan Gravenberch offers Liverpool injury latest after Arne Slot gave Alexander Isak update. Ryan Gravenberch has handed Liverpool a significant fitness lift before Saturday's vital encounter with Aston Villa by confirming he is available for selection. The Netherlands international has missed the Reds' last 3 matches after suffering an ankle problem in the fixture against Manchester United. The 23-year-old sustained the injury early in the second half following a tackle involving Bryan Mbeumo. Whilst he tried to carry on initially, he was ultimately withdrawn shortly past the hour mark. Gravenberch has since sat out Liverpool's victory over Eintracht Frankfurt and the subsequent defeats to Brentford and Crystal Palace. Nevertheless, boss Arne Slot confirmed during Friday morning's pre-match media conference that his fellow Dutchman could be involved against Villa having returned to squad training on Thursday. Ryan trained yesterday. Alexander Isak and Curtis Jones didn't yet, he said. Timescale? I have said many times the end phase of the injury, things can go slower or faster. Let's wait and see where they are. Ryan trained yesterday and with us today and will make the call if he can start. The other two, 99.9%, not in the squad. After completing training on Friday as well, Gravenberch is now keen to return to action. Yes, I feel really confident, he told club media when asked about his readiness for the Villa match. Yesterday I had a session, today as well. If everything is good, I will be there tomorrow. With Jones battling fitness concerns and Alexis Mac Allister still working to regain peak sharpness after an extended period out injured, the Dutchman's return offers Slot vital midfield options. Gravenberch's availability arrives at an opportune time for Liverpool as they look to end a worrying run that has seen them lose their last 4 Premier League matches and 6 of their previous 7 games in all competitions. Unsurprisingly, the midfielder is keen to contribute towards helping the Reds reverse their fortunes. Starting with Villa on Saturday, it would be really important for me to get back and help us turn things around, he said. Everyone around here, also the fans and us, need to go back to winning ways. As a team, we have to stick together. Everyone has to stick together, to be honest. Stick together. Do the basic things right again and see from there. It's a huge week, but the most important thing is to go game by game. That is Villa tomorrow, and we have to be ready for that. They're really good now. It will be a tough game. We know they are really good also on the counterattack, so we have to prepare for that as well. But I think if we do the basic things right again, we have a good chance that we will get a result. X-Man. UTD coach says writing was on wall for Liverpool amid Arne Slot pressure. Arne Slot and Virgil van Dijk have both been issued a stark warning following Liverpool's worrying decline in form. The Reds have endured 4 successive Premier League defeats and were knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Crystal Palace. Earlier this week, that dreadful run in the top flight has seen Liverpool drop to 7th in the Premier League table, ahead of Saturday night's clash with Aston Villa. Slot's side haven't secured victory in the league since beating Everton in the Merseyside derby on September 20th. Liverpool's sequence of defeats has placed increasing pressure on Slot's position as head coach. However, former Manchester United assistant René Meulenstein, who worked alongside Sir Alex Ferguson, has explained why multiple factors may be contributing to the Reds' concerning slump. Liverpool were winning games in the first games of the season, but they were dragging themselves over the line in the last few minutes, so the writing was on the wall, and they've gone from leading the title race to being several points behind. Meulenstein told Compare.bet, that's an enormous shift, but Slot has not turned into a bad manager. His coaching staff aren't suddenly bad coaches. They haven't suddenly turned the messaging to the players from black to white. It's the same with the players. Florian Wirtz has come from a different league in the Bundesliga, as did Hugo Ekitike. But I think Wirtz is finding it even a little bit harder to find his feet. The whole Alexander Isak transfer saga has not done anybody any favors because he's not been fully fit. Mentally, he's probably not arrived at where he needs to be. He's desperate to score a goal and get going. Everybody's starting to question Mohamed Salah now, but he hasn't suddenly turned into a bad player. He has had these spells before where he suddenly hits a bit of a dry patch. Meulenstein went on to explain why he believes senior figures such as Van Dijk must quickly show their leadership credentials to halt Liverpool's run of defeats. They have to go back to themselves and say, when were we at our best and what were the reasons why? The key is making sure that you don't start pointing fingers at each other, Meulenstein added. You look at yourself first and make sure that you stick together. You say, let's bring the best out of each other again. It starts with hard work. Working together, doing your defensive jobs, and making sure those players who thrive on being able to express themselves have the courage to play their best football. That's what those big players do, and there's no harm in asking the big players to step up. Virgil van Dijk is still there. Dominic Soboslai is only getting better and better. They've still got Alexis McAllister. Salah is still there. Fabrizio Romano issues Arne Slot sack update. Liverpool are reeling from a sequence of 6 defeats in their last 7 matches. During that time frame, the Anfield side have lost 4 Premier League games on the bounce to Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Brentford, as well as games in Europe against Galatasaray and in the EFL Cup against Palace. The Premier League champions will be no doubt hoping to get back to winning ways as soon as possible. Starting tonight in the top flight against Aston Villa. Liverpool, of course, spent $450 in the summer transfer window, attracting top talents to the club such as Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz. But head coach Arne Slot and sporting director Richard Hughes are still waiting to see the best of their summer investments. The Reds have slipped down the table in recent weeks, piling the pressure on Slot. Arne Slot struggles in second season, having joined the club from Feyenoord in summer 2024. The Dutchman took the Merseysiders to the Premier League title at the first time of asking. The 47-year-old defied all expectations in his first season in charge, with many observers predicting a transitional campaign following Jurgen Klopp's departure. But that awkward transition phase looks like it is taking place right now as Slot searches for a formula to get the best out of his new-look squad. Poor form and poor results have combined to lead to speculation that Liverpool may well move on from Slot just over a year after installing him. With a contract only in place until 2027, it would not cost Hughes and FSG a fortune to dispense with his services, and now Fabrizio Romano has confirmed the board's plans over Slot's future. Fabrizio Romano confirms Liverpool intentions over Arne Slot. Right now, there is no intention of Liverpool sacking Slot, with all levels of the club fully aligned in the belief that he is the best man to get the club back to the top. Many Liverpool fans, after one more defeat over the week against Crystal Palace, are asking me if Arne Slot is at risk, if Liverpool are considering replacing Arne Slot or firing Arne Slot, the Italian transfer expert told his YouTube audience. My understanding is no, absolutely not, at least today. What happens in the future? I don't know. Slot doesn't know. Liverpool don't know. We all don't know, not only in football but in life. But today, I can guarantee to you that Liverpool are more than happy with Arne Slot. They understand it's a difficult moment for several reasons. We don't have to forget what happened at Liverpool over the summer. It's been a difficult and tough summer for Liverpool in terms of football decisions. They added several players, and so to change some parts of the style they have at the club in terms of tactics, and then all these new players to integrate. It's just a few months since they joined the club. Liverpool owners still convinced by Arne Slot. Different situations. But Liverpool maintain their trust in Arne Slot. Internally at Liverpool, they believe that Arne Slot is the best man to fix this situation. It has been a poor start to the season, but it's not the end of the world. There is still time to recover, still time to be back on track, and they are convinced that Arne Slot is the right man to make it happen. So, this is the focus. Liverpool are working hard to change the situation, but the feeling internally at the club, and when I say club, I mean the owners, the directors, the management, and the players as well, who share a very good relationship with Arne Slot, is that they are convinced Arne Slot is the right man for this job. So, at the moment, don't even mention the topic of replacement. Who could be the manager? What kind of conversations there could be? Because at the moment, the situation is considered completely under control with Arne Slot. Of course, results are needed. We know this is a results industry, but at the moment, Liverpool have not activated any other plan. Virgil van Dijk pointed finger at one of Liverpool teammates after dropping crucial points. Liverpool skipper Virgil van Dijk pointed the finger at one of his teammates following the Reds' failure to secure victory in their most recent encounter against Aston Villa. Liverpool welcomes Unai Emery's outfit to Anfield this weekend as the club seeks to restore momentum to their league campaign. Back in February, Mohamed Salah put Arne Slot's side ahead at Villa Park. But the hosts swiftly hit back with a rapid-fire brace from Yuri Tielemans and Ollie Watkins before the interval. Trent Alexander-Arnold helped Liverpool draw level shortly past the hour mark. Yet substitute Darwin Núñez wasted Liverpool's finest opportunity to secure all 3 points. The forward was presented with a gilt-edged chance mere minutes, after coming onto the pitch as Dominik Szoboszlai managed to breach Villa's backline. Szoboszlai attracted Emi Martinez's focus before, laying the ball across the penalty area to present. Núñez with an empty net from 6 yards. Yet the Uruguayan sent his effort sailing over the bar. Liverpool was forced to accept a single point at the final whistle, stretching their advantage at the summit to 8 points. Nevertheless, Van Dijk believed the Reds had permitted 2 points to escape their grasp, alluding to Núñez's squandered chance in his post-match comments. "We are a bit disappointed, but we fight. We had chances to win the game, took a bit of a risk at the end, so it got more open at times," Van Dijk said. "In possession, we did quite well, created good opportunities to score the second. Disappointing to concede from a set piece. We tried everything, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough for 3 points. We should have scored 3-2, but credit to Aston Villa, they made it very difficult. We have a very tough one on the weekend again. Then we play Newcastle. Our focus now will be on Man City, a very difficult game. We know that. We have done everything in our power to win games, and the focus will be that on Sunday." Liverpool's gaffer Slot also expressed his disappointment with Núñez after the match. Not for the glaring miss, but for the striker's lack of effort following the incident. He insisted that while missing chances is part of the game, letting it affect your work rate isn't. "It is not the chance, but the 20 minutes afterwards that I will talk to Darwin about," Slot clarified. "Yes, I will tell him that he still has a major part to play as well. I will tell him that you can miss a chance, but you cannot miss out on work rate. That is the life of a striker. He will miss chances and score some. It is part of the job of a number 9. You miss when people expect you to score. It is not part of the job of a number 9 to slow down in work rate. And that is something we will talk about." He continued, "I can accept misses, but what is harder for me to accept is his behavior after the chance. It got too much in his head. He was not the usual Darwin who works his backside off and makes sure he helps the team. He was too disappointed he missed that. I always truly believe it is always best to have Wataru Endo mindset. For the whole season, he does not complain, keeps on going and keeps on going. Whenever we need him, he is ready. That is very difficult, and there are not many players that can do this." Núñez was compelled to accept a diminished role during his final campaign under Slot, managing just 8 starts across 30 league outings whilst netting 5 goals. The 26-year-old departed for Al Hilal during the summer transfer window. Liverpool will be hoping to capitalize on their opportunities against Villa this time round as the defending champions look to halt their 4-match losing streak in the Premier League. Nevertheless, the Reds face a stern examination against Villa, who have claimed victory in their previous 4 league fixtures following a sluggish beginning to the season. Thank you for watching. Like and comment, subscribe.